In this video, I am going to be telling you why it's so important that you develop the Bulldog mindset, that you develop work ethic and self-discipline and have goals that you're shooting for in life. It's really scary if you don't. I've got a comment here that I'm going to show you in a little bit and I'm going to respond to. And it's a great example of what your life can become. We're all capable of this. It's a sad story here. So stay tuned and we're going to get to that in a second. I'm John from BulldogMindset.com. On this channel, I teach you how to have the Bulldog mindset. It's the opposite of the victim mindset. So I did this video a while ago, back in the simple programmer days, all right, called I'm 30 and Still Living with My Parents. It's got quite a few views on there, quite a few people that justify this. It doesn't matter, okay? I've got a comment that I just saw on this, which is really sad. And again, I'll tell you guys, all right, I know sometimes I'm an asshole, it's fine, but I don't mean to be an asshole when I'm about to talk about this person here. What I want to do is I want to use this as an example, okay? And he's posted a comment here, and I'm going to give some advice to help him along the way as well. But I think this is a fairly long comment, but it's worth reading because this should really affect you, right? You should read this, and and it should really affect you because this is what we're all capable of becoming, honestly, and what our lives can become. So I'm going to read this here. It's from Daniel Thompson. He says, I'm about a month away from 33, still live with parents, have no car, unable to save money due to vast mental problems where I spend every penny on cigarettes and beer. It's kind of interesting, right? I mean, is that really a mental problem? But it is manifesting as one, obviously. I chain smoke and drink until I run out and then crash for 3 or 4 days and then find more money. I never really get much euphoria since I have nothing much to look forward to in my life. Maybe a good song will come on, or I'll have a long bullshit conversation with somebody on the phone. My pancreas was scarred back when I was 25 because I never went to the hospital and the inflammation turned into sepsis and pancreatic necrosis. So I don't have any diagnosis because I don't believe in doctors or paying someone to help you, just like therapy. So nobody will believe me and nobody really understands why I do so little. But I have been through a lot in life. I have seen that human life is impossible for someone like me. I was emotionally abused as a child, and I have decided that it's okay to die if that's the way the world is. And it really is that way. Each and every one of you will be crushed. It's just a matter of time before that's the nature of the world. Life just consists of an initial incentive before that dries up and fails. Like hormones to reproduce and then failed relationship later, like a vision of sobriety and love that eventually gets broken. Like a codependent relationship that only relies on some communal compromise. I still want to live, I guess. One thing for sure, I am definitely a coward in every sense. I like playing piano sometimes, but when I start feeling really bad, that's when I start feeling the best emotionally because I know that I could have advanced cancer or something to take me away. Yes, I gave up on any dreams I may have had, not sure if I ever even had any, and I live with my parents and cannot imagine moving out on my own. Although I still do dream of being homeless in Seattle again. That was one of the best times in my life. It was the most independent I've ever been. So guys, this should hit you hard, okay? It hit me hard when I read that. There's so much that this person who wrote this comment does not understand about life. Their perspective is so wrong. Yet, it is also so right. Because this is, Daniel's life here, okay? And to Daniel, this is life. This is reality. These limitations are hard limitations to him. They're not soft limitations, okay? This is the only reality that he knows, the only reality he thinks is capable, that is possible, okay? It's sad. It's sad. And here's what happened. Okay, here's what happened probably to Daniel here, right? And I'll talk about some of these things here, but he's got this notion, this false notion. He believes that maybe something happened to his pancreas. I don't know. He didn't really even go to the doctor, so we don't know. But he's going to use that as an excuse. Victim mindset, it's fine, but it's not a big deal, okay? But he says his life is hard. He was emotionally abused as a child. Oh my God. Who wasn't emotionally abused as a child? He wasn't physically abused. He was emotionally abused. Okay? I'm not saying it's not bad, but who wasn't? Come on. All right. Every single one of us pretty much was emotionally abused as a child, whether it be from our parents just not knowing what to do, or bullies, or other kids, and all kinds of stuff. Okay. We've all been emotionally abused. All right. That's life. Obviously he's had some kind of failed love interest and whatnot. But what really frightens me, what's really sad about this whole thing is that his only outlet, his only joy in life is to chain smoke and drink, okay? And then maybe a good song comes on the radio or he bullshits with someone on the phone. He's got nothing else good, nothing to look forward to in his life. That's it. He's just drifting through life, just trying to keep his highs as high as he can whenever he can, but not doing a good job at it. All right, and this has become his life. He lives with his parents. He doesn't see any way out. He dreams, he fantasizes about the time he was homeless, okay? Because he was independent, and that was one of the best times of his life. But therein lies the answer to his problem, right? The fact that being homeless with nothing, having to make it on your own, actually was one of the best times in his life. So in some way, Daniel's got it right and we've all got it wrong in some way, right? You know what I'm saying here? Because what I mean by this is that Daniel has tapped into, he's discovered something that could actually change his life and that can change your life, okay? Which is this concept of independence, of self-responsibility, of self-reliance, okay? Of working hard. I mean, as a homeless person, think about it. What did he have to do in Seattle, okay, when he was homeless? He had to figure out a place to live, to sleep at night. He had to figure out how he wasn't going to freeze his ass off. He had to figure out how he was going to get food, okay, and survive. All right, and he's probably smoking, so he probably had to figure out how to get some money to buy some cigarettes and to buy some booze. Okay, now, again, I'm not trying to glorify, living as a vagabond, as a homeless person. But what I'm saying is that he had control. He had independence. He was at least surviving on his own, right? Through his own means. Okay, even if he's getting handouts, he's figuring out how to get that. He's thriving and surviving, right? He's making shit happen. Whereas now he's living with his parents and he doesn't have that. So, important lesson here, guys. This is what you can become. This is the thing. This is why I'm making this video, is because when I read this comment hit me hard, because there's so much just here that I could unpack from this. I mean, one of them is just like, if you don't have goals, if you don't have the focus and direction in life, you can end up like this and you can become trapped where you feel like there's nothing else that you can do, where you feel like this is just the way that life is, and you don't have a car, you don't have a job, you have nothing to look forward to except for buying some booze and some cigarettes. That's a scary place to be, okay? But that's where he is, okay? And he didn't get there, by one big thing happening in his life. No, it was choices. It was little by little. You've got to work hard. You've got to have a goal, a drive, something, okay? You can't just be drifting through life. Another thing here, the victim mindset is very strong in him. This is why I tell you guys that you got to have the Bulldog mindset. This is why I do not give any kind of credence to the victim mindset. I don't care if you've been victimized. Having that mindset, there's two different things. There's the actual thing that happened to you and how you interpret it. And I will not allow you to interpret it as victimhood. All right? Having bad things happen to you does not mean that you have to develop the victim mindset. Okay, everyone has bad things happen to him. In this case, Daniel, it's not that bad. I mean, he's not describing, I don't know if you've ever heard of Tony Robbins, history, or Oprah Winfrey, or, there's a lot of people that have had very bad physical and emotional abuse, molestations, all this kind of stuff. Maybe he's had that, but he's not describing it here. From what I see in this, okay, and what I see from a lot of people that claim the victim mindset and then say it's not their fault or that life has jaded them, is very small problems, okay? Being emotionally abused as a child, having some failed relationships, okay? These are not things that should derail you completely in life, but they can. This is why, again, guys, and I'm not saying this from a perspective of someone who is above all this. I have been there and I have had that mindset. I have had the victim mindset, okay? There were points in my life where I thought that I was so, honestly, because some girl that I wanted in school, in high school or something, didn't like me, and I didn't even really do anything to like, because she wasn't like just coming after me. I was upset and believing that I was wronged and that life was bad and all these things, right? That's just one example. But I had this mindset. I felt like, like everything was against me and it wasn't fair, and just so dramatic about life. Okay, when it was little things. It was little things that were happening. And again, when you're Daniel in this case, this shit seems like really heavy, that you've had a hard life and other people haven't. But this is why, guys, you got to develop mental toughness. Why you got to be strong. This is why you do hard shit. This is why I do hard shit. Okay, this is why I push myself to the physical limit. This is why I developed the Stoic philosophy, the Stoic mindset, and I do things that make me uncomfortable. This is why I steel myself, okay? And I think about bad things that could happen to me, and I think about how they're actually not that bad, right? Because I'm making myself stronger. This is why I want you to develop the Bulldog mindset, to become stronger, so that the little things in life do not derail you, okay? So that you can handle this and be like, this doesn't fucking matter, okay? Because life is going to slap you in the face. It is going to kick you in the teeth, okay? You may even get kicked in the nuts. So are you ready for it? Or like Daniel, are you going to fold? Are you going to cave? Are you going to go to, chain smoking and drinking, binge drinking, and believe that there's nothing good in life except for a good song on the radio, right? If you feel like that you're justified in being the victim, and that's why you don't work hard, and that's why you just have to live this life, and you just have to try and get by, then you're gonna create that reality for yourself. And I don't want you to create that reality. Okay, I want you to have the abundant life, to have have what you want out of life, to be strong. Okay, I want you to be thick-skinned enough that these little things are not going to hurt you, that you're going to be stronger than that. And that's the thing. That's the key here, guys, is that you cannot have this victim mindset. You cannot be crushed, right? And he says here, like, each and every one of you will be crushed. It's just a matter of time, because that's the nature of the world. Is that really the belief that you have? I mean, have you even been crushed, Daniel? I don't think so. You're only 33, man. You haven't suffered through life. You had a hard life. You just believe it. And whatever you believe will be the reality for you. And so for you, it's hard, okay? But it's all relative. It's all about how you interpret it. So I want to give a little bit of advice to Daniel here. If you're watching this video, I don't mean to pick on you, my friend. I wish that I could help you out personally. I wish that I could help motivate you and change your life. And maybe I can. Maybe you'll watch this video and change things around. But let me give you some advice here, Daniel. Okay, and anyone else in this situation here. I don't mean to pick on you for living with your parents. Okay, I think you want to move out. I think that's great. I think everyone should, and it's fine. Okay, that's just the least of my concerns, right? At this point, but your view, your outlook on life is wrong. You are a wimp. You're a fucking pussy. Okay, you can't handle small disappointments in life. You need to become strong. Okay, but that's fine. That's fine. Everyone has to start somewhere. Okay, and you've been in this habit of being weak. But now it's time to change. Now it's time to become strong, my friend. And here's how you're going to do it. I want you to pick something. You may not be able to, go and get a job right now, but whatever you do, pick something that's tough that you're going to stick to. All right. Maybe you're going to start running. Maybe you're start lifting weights, or heck, if you could just do body weight exercises, but you're going to be tough. Okay. You're going to do shit that's hard. You're going to stop with the chain smoking and drinking. Okay. You're going to get in shape. You're going to get some discipline. All right. Because I'll tell you something, Daniel. Okay. The thing here is this. You want to find euphoria. You want to find happiness. I'll tell you how you're going to find it, my friend. You're going to find it by finding something that you're going to devote your life and your time to, and your focus, and making progress on that. It doesn't matter what it is. You said you sit down and you like to play the piano, then fucking learn how to be a fucking Mozart, because you have it in you, my friend. You're only 33. You have a lot of life. Like, it's amazing. If you look at my life, okay, I'm 38 now. From when I was 33 to 38 and how drastically my life changed, it is amazing. It is amazing. In 5 years, your life can completely change beyond recognition. You could become, I know you don't think it, but you could become a millionaire in 5 years, even starting where you are. That's if you start working, if you focus, if you say, I am going to improve myself, and you start making goals, and you start saying, I'm going to work out, and you start saying, I am going to start developing some skill set. I'm going to learn how to program. I'm going to learn how to do whatever, and I'm going to get a job, and I'm going to work, and you're going to feel good about yourself every day. Okay. And not every day are you going to feel like working out or feel like going to your job or feel like studying or feel like improving yourself, but you're going to have this pride. You know that feeling you had when you're homeless in Seattle? It wasn't, it was because you were to some degree making it on your own. Even though that knows the world wouldn't consider that success, you know that you were figuring out how to survive. Okay. And you were self-reliant. And that is the one thing in life that will bring you fulfillment, right? Nothing has brought me more fulfillment in life than two things. Okay. One is knowing that I've made it on my own, that I'm capable, that I earned my way. Okay. And that I worked hard to get where I am. Okay. That's it. That's number one, is that I'm improving. I'm going down that path. Number two is that I've impacted and helped other people in their lives. And those are the things you need to focus on, Daniel. Not the cigarettes and the booze, fine. But I'm not even concerned about it. I'm concerned about the fact that you don't have something else, right? And all you have to do is the opposite of what you want to do. You want to be lazy. You want to drink and smoke and crash for 3 or 4 days, okay? And you want to just like drift through life. And you feel like anything else will be hard, and it's already hard enough. It's already too hard. Bullshit. I know it seems that way. I felt that way before many times in my life, but I know from experience and test this that the thing that's going to bring you happiness and fulfillment in life is going to be when you get to work. When you start working towards a goal, it doesn't matter what it is. All of our goals mostly in life are arbitrary. You know, you want to run a marathon? I've run marathons. What does it really matter if you run a marathon? It's arbitrary. It's not actually impacting the world to any degree. It's just something that you're shooting for. And that's the key. You have to have some direction, some purpose in your life. And if you don't feel like you've got one, make one. All right, Daniel, man, I wish you the best, and I want to hear from you again. And I really want to see you turn your life around, because it's so possible. In 5 years, you could be someone you can't even imagine now. And all of this can be good. All of your history, all of your past. That's the other thing, guys. It can all be good. It can all be something that you've learned that has gotten you to the point where you've got this story, where you understand the jaded dark side of life, okay? And you understand that it's bullshit. And you can help other people along the way because you've been there. So take this, make it fuel, make it rocket fuel for your future. And don't accept this life. Don't accept mediocrity. Do something better. And I'll talk to you next time. Take care.